Support for WUWM podcasts comes from Bliffert Lumber, family-owned and operated for over 120 years. Bliffert serves contractors and homeowners across Milwaukee and southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at bliffertlumber.com.
Last month, Milwaukee's Common Council passed a curfew for food trucks operating downtown. Alderman Robert Bauman says a 10 p.m. closing time will curb violence and loitering, especially around Water Street. The curfew would affect a 2-square-mile area encompassing downtown. One food truck owner has filed a lawsuit against the city, and a judge has put the curfew on pause at least until June 10th. But for food truck businesses that rely heavily on late-night customers, this night curfew could threaten their entire livelihood. WUWM's Katherine Kokal spent some time with Vanessa Gonzalez, owner of the Mr. Taco food truck parked on Water Street. Gonzalez begins by describing the food truck.
We are called Mr. Taco. We're on Water and Juno, right on the heart of downtown. I would say all shiny steel, so it's like almost you're standing inside of a mirror looking at yourself. It's a kitchen. It also has where our food prep table is, where my food warmer is, where the cook cooks in the back. He's got his skillet. It's like a skillet, almost like a stovetop grill skillet. We have a sink. We have windows. If they go past, you can look right inside of our truck because our windows are bigger than normal windows, and we have it set up like that just because we like it better where the community can see inside and see how we're preparing their food. So this is how our truck looks.
Excellent. You painted such a good picture. And I actually noticed that when I was walking by, that typically when you're standing at a food truck, you're kind of looking like 2 feet above your head. But when you walk by your truck, when you're on the sidewalk, you can literally see all the way in, which is just kind of different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's more for social, like as people go by, we can look at the people, the customers, and the customers can look at us and they can see our whole layout. That is the whole purpose of why we built it like this. I know there's not a lot of trucks that are like this, but mine's are like this. Actually, all of them are.
How did you start this business? Do you have a brick and mortar store that you started with, or has this always been a mobile operation? How many trucks do you have?
So I started originally with a brick and mortar. It was called the Caribeña on 19th and Mitchell. We started with one truck. Right now we have 4 trucks and our brick and mortars.
I was going to ask about the Caribeña name because it's like, this is notably not Caribbean food. So are you Mexican?
My husband is Mexican. I am Puerto Rican.
Oh, I see. Okay. Mm-hmm. Where is your husband's family from?
Michoacan. So the way that we cook is Michoacan style.
Do you serve any Puerto Rican dishes?
We have our little tips here and there that we, like our ground beef, we make it Puerto Rican style. So we have a mixture of culture there a little bit with our food and our seasoning. A lot of people, when they come and they try our food, they say, whoa, this is totally different. Just like when they try our birria tacos are made the way that they're made in Michoacan. So they're totally different than versus Oaxaca's or other places. Also, our al pastor meat is made how Michoacan does it, Morelia style. So it's like totally different. We have good, natural home recipes versus followed by anybody. No, we have our own special touch, our own special technique in our seasoning. Excellent. In the truck. So we have both worlds.
They're both kind of colliding here, if you will, in this space. How long have you been operating the truck at this location on Water Street?
Since we started.
Okay. How many years is that?
It's about a decade.
Why'd you pick this spot?
Well, it was one day we drive down this way, and we used to drive. We used to see like commotion of people here, but no food trucks, none. And me and my husband were discussing, and I'm like, hey, we should try this out. And literally there was none. We were the first truck to park here on this side. We had a lot of differences that we went through, a lot of bumps through the road, but we've been here for a long time, a decade.
Do you have a sense of, like, generally, if you look at your books over the course of a summer, do you have a sense of how much of your business is coming in between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m.?
About 80%. It's a lot, about 80%. So by them stopping that, that's a lot. That's almost like you telling me I might as well just close this down, because it's a big loss. It's not a little jump. It's a horrendous hit to the pocket.
What are you going to do? Do you know?
Right now, I'm still, like, we're talking to lawyers, and there's a lawsuit, you know, because we wanna move the motion. We're fighting for the motion is what we want to be heard, and we're fighting for that, to be heard. Is what I want, is like for the city to actually acknowledge us, you know, stop blaming the food trucks for what's going on down here, because it's not the food truck.
Speaking of the changes to your operating hours, when did you first hear about this? Do you remember?
Honestly, I can tell you I didn't hear about this until after it was in the news, when one of the other food truck owners, after the bail went through and everything, reached out and told me, hey, did you hear about this? I didn't even know. I could speak about myself. They never reached out to me. They never told me anything. And usually for everything, they reach out to me. I have emails. When they did the first change from 1 to 3, they sent me emails and everything telling me that they were going to meet and everything. This time, no, they didn't acknowledge me at all. So I kind of felt offended. I kind of felt hurt because they never heard me. They never reached out to me and said anything. And I feel like my voice should be heard, because, hello, I am a small business. I've been here for such a long time.
Have you ever seen fights or violence? I mean, obviously the biggest thing I think in most of our minds are gun violences and things like that. But when I talked to city leaders, they were like, our big concern isn't really even people coming out of the bars and like being hammered and going up and buying food. Our major concern are people who are actually too young to be in the bars, who they say are loitering around here. Have you ever seen any fights or violence from the windows of your truck?
I've seen it, but I've also seen it like right across the street from the bar, coming out of the bar. A lot of them. The younger crowd we have seen, where there is younger crowds that like commute to like the corners, like outside of the bars or like by Qdoba, you could see it, because on our other truck there's a window in the back part, so we could see that. And then you can also see, because since we have cameras 360, you could see literally what's going around us.
Today, we're hearing a bit of my conversation with Vanessa Gonzalez, the owner of the Mr. Taco food truck on Water Street in downtown Milwaukee. In April, Milwaukee's Common Council passed a 10 p.m. curfew for downtown food trucks. They said that it would curb violence and loitering. The curfew has since been challenged in court by another food truck owner and is now paused until June 10th. While we were talking in the truck, Gonzalez shared that she's currently expecting her 6th child. I asked her if she ever fears for her safety while working in the early morning hours on Water Street.
I do not. I have worked pregnant here before.
65. A few times, it would seem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you've never been concerned about?
No. I actually worked all the way through almost until I give birth.
So something I'm thinking about a lot as I'm reporting this story is like how this kind of disproportionately impacts immigrant families. And I know your family is Puerto Rican and Mexican, but I'm just curious like how you think about that and how you think about the impacts of this on specifically immigrant-owned businesses.
Honestly, I think that in this impact, I do see that it's going to be harm for the immigrant. When my husband started, he was an immigrant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it started like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do start like that. But some get lucky, some don't, and yeah, it does. It is more I have to say towards that perspective that it is going to hurt a lot of immigrants. It is, because a lot of them depend on it. A lot of them look for this as their growth. And it's a very hard impact. It is.
I also wanted to ask, can you move your truck to another place outside of the zone? Are there any places that would be profitable for your business where you can operate till 1 a.m. that you can think of or know of?
So you can actually do move over to another area, but mind you, it's not going to be the same because people are used to us being here. It's like starting over. Literally, it's like starting from zero and growing back up, building back up. It's not the same. It would pretty much be start a new location, start from zero all over again, and see how it goes. Because it's not going to be the same commute what we're used to looking at people walk down through downtown late at night. Around the city, they don't just go out and walk at night. They don't just go and seek food at night anywhere. So you see, that's why it's going to be a hard impact, because it's literally, where else are you going to park at this time that it's open with people around?
Thank you so much for talking to me about this and for showing me around your truck. It's really cool, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you. I appreciate you as well.
Vanessa Gonzalez owns the Mr. Taco food truck on Water Street, which operates in downtown Milwaukee. She spoke with WUWM's Katherine Kokal.